This is Sal, you are watching SalTV, and have you ever been jealous of a guy's unusual hat? What about his unusual player? What if the whole thing is just totally unusual? This is, of course, a spy going invisible. Joachim Moss, who, by the way, is exactly who they decided to name this whole team after. So I'm casting some Highlander, in case you couldn't tell by the 9 people over on each team. Highlander means you can have one of each class, only one of each class, you know, from the Highlander, the movie. There can only be one. You get it. I know you get it because you're smart. But yeah, it's Team Tim Tam is the name of this team, and actually they are just setting up right now, waiting for the game to get underway. You got 10 seconds left in the startup time, and those doors will open soon enough. It's a bit of a weird game mode, so I'll go into that in a minute. But Team Tim Tam, it's an Australian and New Zealand team, so we are casting a UGC Oceania division game. Between two teams, the first Team Tim Tam that we're watching right now, and the second ANZAK, the Australia-New Zealand ass-kickers. So both teams have their own special charm, but we should probably go over Team Tim Tam's first, because there was a post on Reddit a while ago where apparently somebody really loved Tim Tam, and I didn't even know what it was, but it's like these chocolate cookies with chocolate cream, and some guy found a bunch of cartons for like $2 a piece, Australian dollars, which essentially are the same as US dollars, believe it or not. I know my economics. Oh, I'm such a nerd. But yeah, $2 a piece. So what he did was he was like, oh, well, that's cool. I'll just buy 16 of them and set them next to my computer and put my spy crab plushie on top of it. That's exactly what he did. So Team Tim Tam is named after that. Named after this guy right here, who is invisible still. But that's him. That's him. So, Team Tim Tam doing a pretty good job of pushing the car right now, and their opponents, ANZAK, are sitting back in their second point, taking a bit of damage here, actually. So let's go over the way this map actually works. It's weird. It's a little weird. It's like a 5 CP map, except that it's got a cart. So you have to push the cart from point to point, and they can push it back. It's like it's a neutral cart. A little bit weird. You do have Team Tim Tam pushing pretty hard right now. Yui, I think, may have been... they told me he was either a sub or backup or a roster swap or something. Could have been their scout playing. But essentially that is what's going on. And right now, Team Tim Tam lost a bunch of players in that attack, so they are losing possession of the card here for the moment as their opponents are pushing forward. The difficulty is getting... Oh, hello. Hello! Oh, no! Getting the... the team to push far enough in front of the cart and still being able to actually push the cart. That's not an easy thing to do, because especially on a 5 CP map, you can usually just push forward and cap the point, and you don't need to spend time pushing the cart to do that when your opponents wipe out. So it might make it a little bit slower. We'll find out. Right now, of course, there is... Oh, hello. I think I just deleted the recording or something by accident. Hopefully I didn't do that. Hopefully I'm not that stupid. But yeah, right now there was an Uber. That Uber didn't really do anything, and Durzo Blint here kind of like, okay, well now we get to sit behind a choke point for a while as we wait for things to happen. I thought this was a typo in the email I got sent, but apparently this medic's name is actually Heavy the Rabbit. I thought it was like the Heavy was named the Rabbit. You guys are confusing the crap out of me. Come on. Come on. Anyway, that's going to be confusing for the rest of the game. Hayes coming in behind the med, doing a bunch of damage. Did not get half wrong, the med quite down yet, but not looking to do too bad of a job. Still, that spy not able to get in on the med either, so Team Tim Tam is going to have a little bit of a problem here as our friends on the red team start pushing that cart back out towards the middle point. Now, you do get a forward spawn. If you cap a point, whether it be the mid or whatever, you get to spawn closer to the cart and closer to your opponent's last spawn, which is it's a good way to do things, of course. It's the way 5 CP maps work, and it helps break stalemates. But I will say, I do expect a lot of stalemates. We've got Joachim, which is how I assume you pronounce that, like the Spanish version. It could just be Joachim, I don't know. But I've known several Spaniards and other various nationalities who pronounce their J's like the H sound in English, and that's what I'm assuming. I'm just going to keep calling him that. Was that Paul Ryan? No, not Paul Ryan. So we don't have a vice presidential candidate here. We just have Ryan. Oh, good save here by Shindogo, trying to keep the medic alive. Looks like he's done just that. Half wrong, managing to pot the Uber just in time here to try and keep that cart from getting pushed. Problem is, they are so far away from the cart right now. Lorenzo getting in behind the blue team, but there is an Uber. You're not going to be able to stab that, Lorenzo. You're just going to have to wait around. Still, this Uber isn't going to do a heck of a lot because you see what's happening here. The forward spawn is already gone, and Lorenzo, he wants to come in for the stabs. I don't think it matters. I think this med's dead anyway, so that's a pretty good defense there of their last point by the red team, managing to sneak in behind that Uber and keep the cart pushed back onto the second point. It's kind of like a back cap. It's kind of like what happened. Lorenzo in a little bit of trouble here. Might just run out of cloak or out of luck. One or the other is going to happen. Lorenzo, get out of there. No, Lorenzo! Oh, you didn't last quite long enough in that fight. Yui going for the shot. Missing. You can't Girardi that, Lorenzo. You can try, but it's not going to work, I promise. There is a level 3 sentry versus a mini sentry down there. Interesting choice of sentries. And this Wrangler is going to make things really tough for Team ANZAK to push out there. Now, I did say each team had their own special charm, and I'm not lying. Team ANZAK, the Australia-New Zealand ass-kickers, they apparently, several of them are admins, or they run the Like a Boss servers in Australia. So if you have played on a Like a Boss server, then you have probably encountered these folks, or you have encountered their philanthropy. Nice stab there by our Tim Tam lover. And that's going to mean that Half Wrong goes down with an Uber. It's going to be a pretty big deal. There's only 4 players left alive for ANZAK right now, as Team Tim Tam starts pushing the cart in here. And let me tell you, our Australian TF2 is looking pretty solid, considering that they by their own admission, don't have as vibrant of a scene for Highlander or for any TF2 as, say, the United States, which, haha, we are awesome. It seems to be looking pretty good. Now, interesting little attempt to stop this cart. Let's see how far the cart has to go here. They're pushing it times 2, times 3, something like that, but it's got to go all the way around here into this last point where there's a whole bunch of high ground advantage. Now, I like the way that Tim Tam's doing this, though. They're putting a lot of their own players on the high ground to try and take that advantage away from their opponents, but they've got to keep the cart going, too. That is a big problem. I like how the cart lights up, though. That's very interesting. The cart lights. That's cool. That's a neat effect on the cart. So whoever made this map apparently put a lot of work into it. We were talking about that today on Fully Charged. So if you haven't seen the podcast, Fully Charged, you should check that out. It's on teamfortress.tv. We have migrated it over there because that is really the place that it goes. It's not just a Sal feature. It is a Team Fortress 2 feature. So Team Fortress TV is the best place for it. But this is just a Sal feature. I'm just making a video here for fun, doing some Australian Highlander casting. That's what I like to do. It's what you like to see. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. I mean, there are not very many people. Although I will say, in recent days, there have been a few people who have shown up to my channel who I guess don't really enjoy TF2. Trolls, we will call them. Trolls, flame bait, whatever you want to say. There's been quite a few of those, mostly on the Man vs. Machine maps that I've put together, because some people just can't resist being jerks in YouTube comments. That's the way it goes. Just Ryan getting taken out there. And there's only 2 players left alive right now for this red team, ANZAK. They're not doing a very good job. You're going to have Jimbo trying to set up a sentry in the last point. He's going to keep it repaired decently well, do a little bit of damage, but just not nearly enough. He didn't have any support there, and that's probably going to be a round in favor of Team Tim Tam. They have eaten their chocolate biscuits today. That is looking pretty good. They're calling GG. Is that game? No, they're saying GR. Good round. See, that's what I want to see. I want to see more TF2. Yeah, we would play again. So Lorenzio's like, okay. First 2 though. Interesting. So it's not like a. I guess they acknowledged this was going to be a rather stalematy map, or could be. So possible score 2-0 or 2-1 instead of like a 5 CP, which would go all the way to 5 points. This map is bad. Harsh. Very harsh. It's definitely not a normal map. This was the preseason of UGC, so it's not. It's definitely not a serious official map, and some people don't take it that seriously as a result, which is fair. I mean, I was looking for a map to cast from the Waste Week, and I asked around. I was like, "Hey, Syndicate, hey, Ginju Force, you guys want to let me cast your maps?" And no, because they didn't even play it. They just didn't play the map at all. Instead, they scrimmed each other on Monday, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, we'll call it good, whatever." Give somebody a forfeit win for the preseason because it doesn't matter. So that's, it's kind of the way things work. Everybody kind of laughing around like we got the Fonz here ready to give us a double thumbs up. It's going to be pretty good. Hayes deciding to set up oh, interesting. He is dropping sticks somewhere. Where are those stickies going? I guess he just detonated them a little bit early. He actually could have launched those over, and I think that might have worked. But looks like that's not what's going to happen here. We're going to get a little bit of a cyanide cam. And there is a spy, actually. That could be a problem for our blue team. Or not, who knows. Cyanide just laying down the damage from across the map. I think maybe he's just trying to hit the occasional rocket. Does he have a buff banner? Nope, just the shotgun. So he's not going for that long range, like building a buff banner type damage. He's just playing really passively. Not seeing the spy yet, so maybe he's been taken down already. Farnsworth of Death Metal. That is a name for the ages. I know a guy named Will Farnsworth back in elementary school, and I don't think he was a Farnsworth of Death Metal. I think he was more of a Farnsworth of if I had to characterize him, he might be more a fan of like Flight of the Conchords than death metal. It's definitely more of a Farnsworth thing. Anyway, he's a cool guy. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me half wrong either, as that's what we're watching right now. But T3 actually losing this round just a little bit. Now, of course, it's still choke pointy. That is going to take a while for anybody to get through those properly. And I'm not even finding anybody at front right now. Laurencio, what is going on there? Apparently, he just activated Joachim's dead ringer, so no problem there. And he is going to try and sneak up behind, but they know he's there. They know. Oh, do they really, though? There's a med right here. He's going to get stabbed. Oh, he got face poked. The butter knife came out instead of the regular spy knife, and that is going to be a big problem. Red Hawk trying to set up that's Wrangle level 3 on the point again. Meanwhile, they've got Yui going for the headshots here, trying to take down this engineer who is being such a pain right now for the blue team. And here you go. This is what you want to see. Blue team dropping in and destroying things with their Uber. That was a very successful Uber. They did take down Durzo, although not a lot else. I think maybe the sentry gun. Yeah, the sentry and the NG nest went down, which is fairly important. They didn't get a lot of kills out of that, but they at least got possession of the point. They got territory. They have gained some ground, and that's an important thing to do, especially on a map with such incredible choke points and difficulty moving forward sometimes. So, you know, congratulations. Oh, no! Are you joking with me right now, Laurencio? Oh, that was a face stab if I've ever seen one. The medic, he knew it was coming, and he decided to rush forward and go for the Ubersaw anyway. That's what happens. Sometimes you just get a little too brave as a medic. I know that feeling, because it gets boring just healing people all the time. You gotta be brave. You gotta show some boldness. No, don't blow it up. Hayes is sitting here like, come on, man, I could have laid a sticky trap on that and gotten a free kill. Oh well, you never know. Hayes down right now instead. The Fonz taking him out. Hey! And we're gonna have T3, Team Tim Tam, starting to back up once again. They have lost quite a few players in a lot of position already, so that Uber that they were building, it didn't do enough. Now they can still push out here, and I don't know where that engineer is, if he's even still there. But now they're going to get that forward spawn for the red team. We got nice shots by Cyanide, though. The Fonz has made his last movie, and very quickly a recapture by the blue team. That's about as fast a recapture as you could possibly make on this map. Laurencio still going crazy behind enemy lines. I wonder if he's going to continue that streak. He's got the sappers out right now, and he knows. Oh, somebody's after him, though. Be careful. That spy. He's like a glass cannon, but no, still nobody knows where he is. So Laurencio's coming in. He has sapped everything. No, they know. The sniper knows. Can he do anything about it though? Laurencio's stolen the health kit. He's trying to get away. There's a lot of Girardi, a lot of pee dripping off of the entire blue team, but you know, didn't quite work out the way he wanted. Still, he had a good run, and he will be back. Laurencio is a fantastic spy, apparently, in the Australian scene. The Australia-New Zealand scene. Apparently, ANZAK is actually mostly New Zealanders who like to associate with Australia for some reason, instead of just declaring independence like they should. Isn't that, I know, yes, I know, they're an independent country. Don't give me that. Don't even give me that. But seriously, you know, like, have a war or something. Do something cool. That's what we did to the Brits when we declared independence. We're like, no, guys, you get out of here. And they finally got bored, I think, is why they gave up on the U.S. But something like that anyway. Maybe it's because the French showed up. I don't know. But you know, Washington just kept like marching them through jungles and marshes, and they were just like, dude, this sucks. Why don't we just go back and have some tea back home? And I think King George ended up being okay with that. So, you know, that's how we got our independence. Australia versus New Zealand, though, that's what I want to see in TF2, an all-out national war. I'm sure they've done it before. Griever would know. I should ask him. We'll find out someday. Anyway, I guess we should talk about the match again. As, a nice little shot there by Kitten, keeping his medic alive. And I believe, her medic alive. That is the lady gamer on Team Tim Tam, but no, it looks like that is going to be that. Cart's going to start getting pushed again. Yui doing some good damage there to Durzo Blint, and continuing the headshot streak. I feel like every time somebody goes on a streak and then I click on them, it's too late. So Yui with the scope. Gotta watch out for Laurencio, but apparently he's down, so don't have to watch out for the stabs for now. You can keep that perfectly zoomed in, and we are going to have the team moving forward here. Oh, they see it. They see the Uber coming in. Nope, not going to be able to shoot that quite yet. Here you go. Open the door. Oh, you got to open the door. No, half wrong. Down to Joachim himself. That's going to be a Tim Tam fueled murder spree. Oh my gosh. I almost want to try Tim Tam now. I really do. I want somebody to like mail me some, except that I don't want to give away my my mailing address. Probably shouldn't do that. Maybe I'll get a P.O. box. It'll be solely for Tim Tam. The post office in the United States will be like, yeah, so are you running an import operation? Are we gonna have to get customs on this? I'll be like, no, it's all for me. And I'll roll in, I'll be like 400 pounds, and they're like, oh, yeah, all right, Tim Tam. Okay, cool. So, nope, Tim Tam pushing the cart forward once again. They have kept it on this side of the map for most of the game, so things are looking a little bit stacked, maybe. But you never know. Maybe our red team ANZAK can actually come back from this. Maybe their time hosting servers is not put totally to waste. The Uber is almost ready for Heavy the Rabbit, who apparently is the world's fattest rabbit. But there you go. Auf Wiedersehen indeed to all of the Doom Cops who want to run in the direction of these guys. But there you go. There is a sniper watching that medic. So Heavy the Rabbit is down. That's what you get for peeking there, Med. You shouldn't be peeking. Let your team do that. Jinjo, very good. Yo, try. Oh my goodness. Jinjo on a rampage, but he gets taken down by the needles. That's what happens when you try to take on a Heavy by yourself. Still, that cart is getting dangerously close to the red team. They've got the Wrangled Sentry, which at least they've figured that part of this map out. So they're not going to let things end just that quickly. But oh my gosh, that Jinjo, that was frag video worthy right there. Destroying a Heavy from above, and he couldn't keep up. Could not keep up. We got the Fonz, though, looking around. He's on the prowl right now, and he sees enemies over there. This map is so weird. I don't even know where we're watching. Frankly, I'm confused. And a nice little stab there is going to prevent this cart from getting pushed forward again as the Fonz trying to keep things alive. There you go. Jinjo down, but so is the Fonz. No scouts. I don't think that matters too much at this point in the game. What really matters right now is the Heavy classes, the engineers, trying to keep the sentry gun alive and keep the cart getting pushed. Oh. Harsh. Very harsh. So that's going to be the cart moving back into red position on the second point again. So it's going to move the blue spawn back a little bit, but they're already all spawned right now, so it's not a huge deal. Nice little stab there on the sniper, is it? Yes, that's a sniper ice statue. And half wrong. Popping the Uber. So Joachim, oh, that's cute. That is a cute little hiding spot right there. Instead of dropping down into the pipe, Joachim stood on the other edge of it. And so he is still in striking distance of everyone on that red team. I like that. That's good play. I'm gonna have to incorporate that next time I play Spy, which will be never because I'm terrible at it. But maybe you can. Now, if I were him, I'd be going for that engineer because the more he can harass and keep the engineer out of the game, the better off he'll be. Yeah, and that's exactly what it looks like he's going for. He's gonna have to find a way to decloak though and get a. Oh, this is very scary. But nobody's spotted him yet. So at this point, like, this is exactly when you start thinking about going for that engineer. Oh, and a perfect stab takes down Jimbo, Lord of Eskimos, or Jim Bob, I'm sorry. Jim Bob is Lord of Eskimos. Finally, Wilcor takes down and stops that spree by Joachim Moss. But it doesn't even matter, as the blue team is not going to have to deal with an engineer for quite a bit. They're going to get possession of this cart once again. Wilcor trying to stymie this Uber a little bit. That's a word, stymie. Look it up, S-T-Y-M-I-E. I was a spelling bee champ back in like 5th grade, okay? Don't even mess with me. Don't mess with me. I will spell my way out of a paper bag so fast, you won't even know it hit you. But, it's going to be, an interesting sentry position by the blue team. Now Laurencio is going to have to take this one down. He does set the sapper. Sets the sapper first. Actually could have gone for the stab of the engineer there. But it doesn't really matter. The sentry gun is down, so he accomplished his primary objective there. He didn't get the bonus points for taking down the engineer or, you know, doing a sick trick stab on the stairs or whatever it is. He didn't get that achievement, but he did take down the sentry gun. Nonetheless, those bonus points actually might have really helped his team here because right now, the ANZAK team on the red, they are having some trouble. They lose their medic once again. Oh my gosh, they're losing everybody. There's only Laurencio left alive. Can he do anything right now? I'm gonna doubt it. Oh no, Ryan, just Ryan. Okay, so they have had some respawns back in their last point, and that is gonna be the cart once again, getting dangerously close here. Laurencio does take down, well, he activates the Deadbringer of his spy opponent. Ryan doing some good damage. Oh, some good damage. Cyanide and Jinjo both down to this demo man from hell. And that's going to be extra damage put down on the heavy. He's got to grab some heals or maybe just a med, whatever he can do here. Oh, no, the heavy. Oh, no, not good. Somehow, T-Kitten managed to survive there. And finally, Joachim Moss will finish off Ryan. Just Ryan. You've got the blue medic looking a little worse for wear. 26 health right now. Somehow has managed to get away from whatever nasty situation he was in. And once again, that sentry gun is right there in front of spawn. It is a very defensive sentry gun. But yes, this is a stalemate map. So at this point, we are watching Stalemate City. A nice Uber saw stab is actually going to even up those Ubers quite a bit. I thought that was going to be a serious Uber disadvantage for the blue team, but they turned it around, and Yui once again with some really sick headshots. So even though it's a stalemate, these are it's just good action. Yui in some trouble now, though. Good ducking action by that scout to avoid the sniper rifle. That's what people are told to do in real life too, I believe, when they do marine. Oh, I was going to make a joke about, like, Marines, and they're actually trained for that. Anyway, good counter-Uber by the red team so far. They've got to keep anybody from touching that cart, though, and they, in fact, may want to start touching it themselves, or else it's going to get pushed in there very quickly. Arc going for the bushwhack of stabs, and Durzo Blint, he's going to get out here now and make sure to save that cart. That was close. That was close. We almost had a game over already. But, nope. Cart's getting pulled right back out of there. And in this tug of war, it does appear that our red team may start to win. They've got a bit of a sentry problem, though, and that sentry is now in a very tough position to break. It's going to require some methodical action on the part of the ANZAK team. See if they've got what it takes. Joachim doing some face stabbing to Laurencio, poking him in the face with his icicle. It's kind of like what your brother does to you on a cold winter day. Grabs an icicle off the nearest roof and just starts jabbing you with it until you, like, scream to mother. That's what happened right there. That is what happened, and we didn't get to see it. It wasn't on camera. The Fawn's doing a nice job on that heavy weapons guy. That's Kitten. Heavy weapons gal, I suppose. And Hayes coming in. Here we go. Is that a buff damage? Did I hear buff damage? No. All I heard was somebody dying. Lots of people getting mowed down by Durzo Blint. Whoever names their kid something like that, that's awful. Like, that's really awful. I would not want to do my child the disservice of naming him Durzo. You know, you go to school, everyone's like, Durzo. Anyway, you know, growing up with the last name that I did, it's actually not that bad. Anyway, we do have, once again, Laurencio on a spree. Farnsworth not able to find him at all. The Fonz gets taken out. But at this point, it does seem like Red may have the momentum. It all depends on how this push works out for them, though. And so far, it's not working out all that well. Good little reflect there to keep Wilcor from doing any damage. Didn't actually get the reflect kill. Would have been, you know, the achievement points once again. But that's okay. It's perfectly okay. As there's only 3 players left alive. One of those players is an engineer, and the engineer is doing a fantastic job. Jim Bob, Lord of Eskimos, keeping things very, very good. Oh, nice little stab there. Laurencio is such a good spy. He really is. Or maybe just his opposing team is really bad. I don't know. But I have not gotten that impression. So, Laurencio's good. And stays cloaked pretty much all the time. There we go. Disguised now as the spy that he just killed. Looking for kills, looking for the opportunities, and they will present themselves very shortly here as the blue team is all respawned right in his range. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, that's a problem. You can't sap the engineer, can you? But you can kill him. So that was actually a really good little pistol work there by Laurencio. He knows what he can get away with, and he will get away with it for sure. But that sentry's still level 3, so at the very least it is sitting there in an interesting little position, guarding a room that nobody cares about. Jim Bob is setting up his sentry in a different location here, just to try and keep things fresh in this game. We have a sniper battle, but neither of them using their rifles, which is hilarious. The Fonz coming in and breaking that up, like, okay, you two, come on, hey. Hayes getting a nice little kill there on the cart. And that was some quick reaction times, too. I don't think Hayes was actually watching the cart. I think he was just watching the little meter down at the bottom, and as soon as he noticed somebody on the cart, he decided to pop that sticky trap and get the kill. Jim Bob down. I'm not sure why he was pushing the cart, because he should be staying with his sentry. Oh! Excuse me. That will be Hayes getting shot, though. So not too good for them. And the medic is still up, and I think the sentry gun is still up in there. Heavy, the rabbit is down, so no more Ubers for them for a little while. Kitten getting poked in the back, and Joaquin Moss just going for anything he can shoot, which is apparently nothing. Team Tim Tam needs to eat a few more chocolate cookies, I believe. That is what needs to happen here. For some reason, I'm suddenly feeling really allergic to everything, or else maybe somebody's been, like, blowing smoke in my face. That's what I feel like right now. I don't know why that is. Maybe I'm just drying out. It's unusual in Houston. In Houston, like, humidity is always 99%, so I never have a problem with like a dry throat, but hey, what are you going to do? Well, finally, ANZAK is getting the cart pushed back out. They might actually be able to take this round. I was thinking it would be over very, very soon after... I thought it would be over like 5 minutes ago when they had that cart almost pushed to the very end, but that comeback, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to say about that. Just the cart was so close, and now it is so far. But, you know, Blue could still bring this back too. And in fact, they do look a bit like the better team. They once again have the cart on their opponent's second point. Jim Bob, getting taken out. Very inopportune for his team, because now there will be no sentry to stop this push. Is almost Uber ready to go. Lorenzo, he's not getting great with that stab this time around. This time, it is all about Team Tim Tam pushing in here with an Uber. They've got the heavy ready to go. Only 4 players left alive. They might even have to pop this Uber, and there you have it. They're going to pop it just to save themselves from the resulting explosion. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a game as Team Tim Tam win furiously. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another SalTV production, this time around of an Australian-New Zealand game. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stick around. You hit the subscribe button here on youtube.com/fatmup, because I love all my subscribers, every last one of you.